Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. It is Monday, September the 30th, and I am here to give you some guidance for your week ahead. My name is Allison. I'm one half of Soulstar Energy Collective. We are intuitives, healers, and spiritual coaches. And before we get into this card reading, just a quick announcement. This is the last day, if you are catching this reading on September 30th, of our change of season sale. So it's 40% off a soul guidance reading or 40% off a soul star distance healing. So if you were like, oh my God, I want to take advantage of that, then now is the time. Anything else? No, I don't know, just some random things. Not sure if you know, we have a podcast. We are in our 4th season, so that is something that you are like, oh yeah, I love podcasts. We've been doing this for a bit now and have so much fun and have special guests on, and it's just Mandy and I sharing a fun and relatable approach to spirituality and understanding it, mixed in with some deep conversations and, all these things. So if you're interested, check it out. It's called the Soul Star Podcast. And yeah, I think that's everything. That's everything that I'm going to say for today. So I was drawn to the Sacred Forest Oracle card deck. So I haven't done this one in a while, but I always kind of let the cards decide which one I need to use after I've done my whole connection ritual thing. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, and your job is to kind of feel into what card is calling you this week. So if it's 1, 2, or 3, just kind of like, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just kind of allow your guides to tell you which card is for you. You could also see a couple of them that are calling you, and that is completely fine and perfect for you. And it is a collective card reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There might be part of the message that hits home and part that you're like, well, I don't even know. So that's completely fine. Okay, so card 1. No. Starry Night, Acceptance. All right, let me feel into this. So it makes me feel like a chapter is closing, actually. So it feels like I can just, like, they keep showing me like a book closing. So if this is, something within your life, whether this is a relationship coming to an end, whether this is a career change, whether this is the ending or the closing of a version of yourself that you no longer resonate with or want to move on from, just something. It feels like something is coming to a close, something that is no longer serving you, and it feels like that comes with this sense of acceptance of that this is like the end, and I feel kind of like relieved. So it kind of feels like this might have been something that's been weighing on your mind, that kind of like unsure of what to do, what way to go, and that it creates this energy where it's just kind of always like, oh, it's a weight on your shoulders, and it's making me feel like whether you've gotten to this place or you are going to or you're about to, that there's going to be like this release, there's going to be this acceptance, this closure, and they are confirming that this is the right path for you, the right, way to move forward. And, even if it comes with a bit of like sorrow or, disappointment or anything, it's also going to come with this relief and this release that's going to happen. And kind of just, even if it doesn't feel all that great, but it's kind of like something, I feel like you already know that it's something that you need to do. And it's more kind of like just more of a battle of the mind, the ego, I know I should be doing this, but I'm kind of like, but I want this, or whatever it is. It's just kind of like coming to that realization, that acceptance that no, just listening to your body is telling you exactly what way to go. And it just feels like once you kind of make that take that step, make that decision, close that book, it's going to pretty quickly open up new doors, okay? And that's going to feel good and amazing, and just doesn't feel like it's too far behind, but you have to close one chapter to open up the next. All right. Okay, so card 2. Yeah. Wild Rose Fairy, love. Okay. So I'm really feeling called to self-love. It's feeling, so let me get this. Let me get it. Okay, so it's feeling like the relationship that you need to work on, the most important relationship you need to work on is the relationship with yourself. And and so what they're kind of like saying, because like I can kind of like, I feel like I have different energies coming in right now, kind of like I have somebody that's like, asking about their love life, like whether it's in a relationship and what should I do, or whether not in a relationship, I'm going to find a relationship. And then I even see like somebody over here that's like to do with like maybe a family relationship or a friendship that's kind of happening. And so I just see all of this going, but then Spirit keeps bringing me back to that it all starts with yourself, like your internal love, your self-love. Because when we struggle with loving ourselves or have that strong internal acceptance of ourselves, it will affect all of those different scenarios of love and relationships. And relationship comes in many different forms. And the ability to receive love and to give love. So how we internally love ourselves and feel about ourselves is literally affects how we receive it and how we give love. And so it's kind of like they're wanting to like shut out all of the noise of like, oh, but what about this? All that external, like, what about this one? And what about this one? And kind of like take it away and just center it down into yourself and really do a check-in to see, where is there love within yourself for yourself? And kind of like doing a bit of a internal reflection on that. And, even understanding like, how do I receive love? Do I receive love? Do I allow people to love me, to give me this love? Because some of us block that. Or, do I find I have walls up, or it's hard for me to let people in and be vulnerable? And it really kind of just feels like they're calling you to kind of stop looking externally and move inwards, to really kind of review and reflect on love that you hold within you and what that means to you. And how even getting down to like understanding what you need to feel that you're loved. type of thing. So many times that we can kind of like, we don't know what we need internally to feel that love, that compassion, whatever, you're seeking, and we're all seeking it in every form of life. And if you don't know, how is the other person that you are wanting this love from going to know? So it's it's really just inviting you to kind of like go in, become curious. It doesn't have to be this deep, dark, hard internal kind of like, 'cause it feels like the fairy energy is kind of like, be playful with it, be open to it, like sometimes like even just writing down like outrageous stuff, like take your analytical mind out of it and just literally just kind of go there and be like, oh my God, like if I could be loved in a certain way, like what would this look like with nothing held back? What would this look like? And just kind of experiment with it, okay? All right, card 3. Spirit Guardian of Autumn, letting go. Let it go. That's all I want to sing now. Let it go. Okay. So it is a card of surrender. I'm hearing surrender. They're asking you to surrender. They're asking you to embrace the change that is coming. What they're kind of showing me with this card, like with the fall and the changing of the leaves, it's like they are going to change color no matter what. And so in that sense, like you don't need to control how that changes, right? Like you have no control over how the leaves change color. It is a cyclical thing that's going to happen naturally, and it's going to unfold the way it's going to unfold. And that's just what it's making me feel, that there's a part of you that is, wanting to somewhat have some control over how that change is going to evolve or unfold, or getting like the cart before the horse, like wanting to know like, okay, well, cool, something's going to change, but I want to know exactly how it's going to change. And it just kind of feels like, as per nature, you can't rush things. It has to go through its natural course of the progression of, fall and the falling of the leaves and the changing. And this is where it just kind of feels like they're reminding you and asking you to just move into surrender. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep, showing up every day in life, and, not to get bogged down with the like, okay, but when, but what, but all of these things. And we all do it. I do it so many times. And it's just kind of like this reminder of Spirit's just really wanting you to kind of like move into that, like, yes, you're right, there's change coming. And that's what it feels like with this card. There's change coming. And instead of approaching change with like, I don't like change, it's scary, change is awful, especially when I don't know what's coming. Instead of doing it that way, like maybe trying to change that mindset to like being excited, being curious, but not being like too curious where you're wanting to now take control and be like, well, tell me now. I want to see behind the corner. It's just kind of like, letting it go and being like, okay, like I am open to receiving, like, and trusting that the knowledge that you need to know for that change will come to you at the right timing. Sometimes we can get like, we're like, I know there's something needs to change. I can hear whispers of it, but I don't know what that looks like. And then it feels like we're missing the mark, or, I'm not getting the messages, and shoot, like, what is it? We're running out of time, and there's no thing of time. It's just trust that all of those puzzle pieces will come together exactly the right time that they need to come together, and that the universe is working on the other side to align everything for you in this path. So release, let go, and have fun with it. Be curious. All right. We will talk to you next time. Bye.